Well, everybody, here we are in our first module, which is all about defining positive leadership and coming to know what it is. I want to, kind of explain something that's in the platform right now for you, and that is what's called the positive deviance continuum. Now, there are some videos available to you on YouTube, and there's also the description that's available in the module description. But I want to talk a little bit about what this is because this is a concept that really had a huge impact on me when I first learned about it almost 12 years ago. And the basic idea of the positive deviance continuum is this, that most of the time in our leadership, in our work, we are thinking about what we call deficit gaps, which is the difference between negative deviance and normal performance. So think for a minute about some of the organizations you may have worked in and think about how, normal performance is kind of when we're getting done what we need to get done. And yet, whenever somebody falls below normal performance, we call that negative deviance or somebody that's not accomplishing what they need to. And most of the time, we're just trying to get back to that. Another example is the health example. Whenever I'm sick, all I'm thinking about is how can I not be sick anymore? And that's really normal. And that's totally fine. Like, this isn't a bad place to be in organizations. It's trying to get rid of negative deviance, trying to get rid of problems, things that are making us unprofitable or ineffective or inefficient. But the positive deviance continuum says, guess what? There's something beyond that. And that normal is actually in the middle, right? There are what we call abundance gaps. And so this is the difference between when we're healthy, when we're profitable, when we're effective, when we're efficient, and something beyond that, which we call positive deviance. And so the idea here of, let's use health again as the example, is if we are sick or if we're healthy, what would it look like to reach vitality, which is a state of it being probably unlikely that we will be sick in the same way again because our body is functioning at a better level. We're getting better sleep, we're eating right, we're doing these things. That's positive deviance. The same is true with almost every practice in our organization. Let's think about meetings, for example. We might have a meeting where we're getting the work done we need to get done. That's normal. Well, then somebody comes in and they are distracting or they're always late. That's a state of negative deviance. Now, it can be very kind of conscious for us to think, well, I need to solve that meeting problem. So I'm going to talk to John and I'm going to have him come to the meeting at 10 minutes early so we can, get back on track. But we could also think about what does a positively deviant meeting look like? And this might change how I handle this, that it's not just about John. It's about trying to create a meeting that is positively deviant, that is causing us to want to be in the meeting, that's it's more effective, more engaging. And so I start making decisions that will hopefully lead towards that positively deviant space around meetings. So this week, again, there's a lot of great articles and some information for you. We have an article, it's a JABS article, Journal of Applied Behavior Science, that is there for you to utilize. We care about social entrepreneurship that help to define social entrepreneurship and help you to think a little bit more about what it is. I would encourage you, especially if you are not a social entrepreneurship student, to read that social entrepreneurship article and at least review the positive deviance, the positive organizational scholarship article as well. Again, a lot of great context and a lot of great information for you. I am really excited about this opportunity. I hope that you're also finding a lot of value in this. And of course, we will see you in the platform. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have other questions about the positive deviance continuum or about social entrepreneurship, which again, the basic principle of that is that we are trying to create organizations, we're trying to create products, businesses that are producing public good, that are positively impacting our communities, that are positively impacting the people that are engaged with them. That is what social entrepreneurship is all about, is doing those things that are putting more good into the world, which again, we will talk more about as we go through the course.